Good evening. You're watching the news break here on NDTV with me, Tanima Biswas. And our top focus today is the suspense over Amethi. Now, Congress and Rahul Gandhi have kept on the suspense over Amethi even today while Rahul Gandhi was addressing a press conference. In fact, remember, Amethi is heading for elections on the 5th phase of the Lok Sabha polls. And that date is on May 20th. But till now, Congress has not decided or declared a candidate for what has historically always been a Gandhi bastion. Now remember, Rahul Gandhi has won the seat 3 consecutive times from 2004 to 2019. However, today, in a joint press conference with Samajwadi Party, Rahul Gandhi said that he is a soldier of his party and that he will do as his party wants him to. BJP has, of course, renominated Smriti Irani, the sitting MP, as their Amethi candidate. Smriti Irani won the seat last elections in 2019, defeating Rahul Gandhi by 55,000 votes. That explains Congress's hesitation in declaring a candidate. Now, while Rahul Gandhi is contesting the polls as a candidate from Wayanad in Kerala, which he won last elections as well, there's still speculation on whether he would contest from Amethi as this time around. Now, will that be the case, the choice that Congress goes with, or will it be Priyanka Gandhi's poll debut, or is there a third name that the Congress is considering? Now, speaking of Priyanka Gandhi, her husband, businessman Robert Vadra, has also thrown his hat into the ring, saying that he's willing to contest elections from Amethi if people want him to. Take a look at the top reactions on this story.
मैंने कुछ दिन पहले दिल्ली में एक प्रेस वार्ता में कहा था रायबरेली में भूचाल आने वाला है। किसी ने कभी ये कल्पना नहीं की थी कि रायबरेली की सीट गांधी खानदान स्वेच्छा से छोड़ देगी। हार का ये पहला संकेत है। लेकिन आज से 3 साल पहले मैं दिशा कमेटी की चेयरपर्सन जब रायबरेली में बनी, तब निश्चित रूप से जनता को ये भी समझ में आया कि अमेठी के सांसद रायबरेली की सांसद की अनुपस्थिति में भी जितनी मदद रायबरेली की हो सकती है उतना कर रही है। वो इसलिए भी क्योंकि उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार और मोदी सरकार की जो डबल इंजन की कैपेसिटी है, उसका सानिध्य, उसका सहयोग रायबरेली की जनता को मिल पाए। कहीं ना कहीं जनता के मन में भी ये प्रश्न था कि अगर गांधी परिवार के पास इतना समय है कि वो हर राज्य में जाएं, छुट्टी पे भी जाएं, तो फिर रायबरेली के लिए जहां से जनप्रतिनिधि चुना गया था गांधी परिवार का।
Right. We'll also play out the reactions of Rahul Gandhi and Robert Vadra there. That was, of course, the Amethi candidate for BJP, Smriti Irani, talking about how the Congress seems to be on the back foot as far as Amethi is concerned. For more on that, let me go across to my colleague Tanishq. Tanishq reports from Uttar Pradesh for us, and he's, of course, travelled to Amethi as well. Even while the speculation and the suspense continues over this hot seat in Uttar Pradesh. Tanishq, you've actually seen what the people have been saying about this particular seat after Sonia Gandhi. In fact, it was decided that Sonia Gandhi would not contest the Lok Sabha elections this time around. What did you hear from the people then on ground at Amethi and Raebareli, and this time around as well? While there's the name of Robert Vadra was also doing the rounds, Congress has, of course, not named anybody yet. But what is the mood on the ground as far as Amethi is concerned?
Well, Tanima, I would like to first, talk about the 2019 elections. In 2019 elections, when Smriti Irani defeated Rahul Gandhi by a margin of around 55,000 votes, as you mentioned, the number of votes of Rahul Gandhi actually did not decrease. It was the absence of Samajwadi Party and the BSP's alliance not contesting from there, and the vote of other parties that added on to Smriti Irani's vote bank. If you look at if you go just by the numbers, because from 2014 to 2019, there was actually no dip in the number of votes for Rahul Gandhi. But of course, Smriti Irani, of course, has won from Amethi in 2019, and now a few days, sometime back when we visited, she also said that I give an open challenge to Rahul Gandhi to not fight without going to Wayanad. He should come and fight from Amethi. So of course, a lot of confidence by the BJP and Smriti Irani over there regarding the Amethi seat. But when we talk about on ground, there is of course two divided back then there was of course two divided opinion, Rahul Gandhi and Amethi. Since the Rahul Gandhi and Amethi, some people were of course wanting Rahul Gandhi to fight from Amethi. Some people of course were, especially the new generation, was wanted Smriti Irani to become their member of parliament. But this time, after Sonia Gandhi announced that she will not be contesting Lok Sabha polls, and there was speculation over Rai Bareli seat. Now there are several, combinations that people of Amethi are expecting. One, of course, Rahul Gandhi. They are open. Some people are okay with Rahul Gandhi contesting from Amethi. Another, they are also hoping, or they in fact also foresee that Priyanka Gandhi could fight from Amethi and Rahul Gandhi from Rai Bareli. This could be one of the combinations, and people are of course people of Amethi won't be surprised if this happens. So these two are of course two combinations, two things that could happen. The Congress is of course moving very strategically. They have not announced their candidate as of now, but coming towards Robert Vadra, there is of course little or no mention about Robert Vadra in the Amethi constituency. It is the Gandhi surname that matters to them, and someone from the Gandhi family itself, not someone in-laws. So there is of course little or no mention about Robert Vadra. If we talk about the people of Amethi, yes, they are hoping either Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka Gandhi, someone with a Gandhi surname in their name, fighting from Amethi.
Right. Tanish, thank you so much for giving us a comprehensive understanding on what the pulse is like on ground. Let me also introduce our guests at this point. Rashid Kidwai, senior journalist, Pankhuri Pathak, spokesperson of the Congress, and Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP, are joining me on the show. But before I open the floor for the guests, let's take a look at the reactions that I was talking about. Rahul Gandhi and Robert Vadra. Let's play out those sound bites.
कि लोग तो गुजरात छोड़कर पीएम बनने के लिए बनारस आते हैं, आप बाय नाइट चले गए, तो क्या अमेठी या रायबरेली से आप
ये बीजेपी वाला क्वेश्चन है।
ये पत्रकार का सवाल।
पहले ओपनिंग बॉल बीजेपी क्वेश्चन, वेरी गुड, शाबाश। देखिए, अमेठी की बात कांग्रेस का डिसीजन है, जो भी मुझे ऑर्डर मिलेगा मैं वो करूंगा। सीईसी मीटिंग हमारी पार्टी में सीईसी मीटिंग्स में ये डिसीजन लिए जाते हैं।
हाँ, रही बात तो पूरे देश से पुकार आ रही है कि आप सक्रिय राजनीति में आइए, और ज़रूर अगर कांग्रेस को लगेगा कि मैं कुछ फ़र्क ला सकता हूँ, या जो भी क्षेत्र में प्रगति की उनको लगेगा कि मैं कुछ फ़र्क ला सकता हूँ या प्रगति वहाँ ला सकता हूँ, तो ज़रूर मैं आऊँगा। पर ये नहीं है कि अमेठी से, मुरादाबाद से भी है और हरियाणा से भी अलग अलग लोग मेरी विनती कर रहे हैं कि मैं सक्रिय राजनीति में आऊँ और उनका क्षेत्र को चुनूँ।
Right, my first question is to the Congress. Pankhuri Pathak, we heard Rahul Gandhi actually taking that question and starting off by saying it's a BJP question, but it's actually a question which a lot of people are asking. Why is Congress hesitant on naming a candidate for Amethi? Does it seem like it's a lost seat? Because that's the impression that people are going to get after a point in time, that Congress feels it's a lost cause anyway, so why bother? Let's go with a last-minute gambit. So why is the party so hesitant to declare a candidate for Amethi or Rai Bareli for that matter?
Well, that can be your opinion, that the Congress is hesitant. I can say that the BJP is hesitant in declaring a candidate in Rai Bareli because they still don't have a candidate. I can say that they have conceded defeat, or that they don't have a face to put up in Rai Bareli. But then the reality is that every party has their own strategy. There are, a lot of factors that go into an election. You need to have proper timings. It is a matter of strategy for us. It might be a matter of suspense for the media, for some other people. But why should we do what the BJP wants us to do? We would want the Prime Minister to go to Manipur and contest from there, because the people of Manipur are so disappointed by the way the centre has treated them through the entire crisis. But
it is a high-profile seat, Ms. Pathak. It is a high-profile seat. I'm sorry to interject there. It is a high-profile seat. Forget the BJP for a moment. Forget the other parties for a moment. It is a high-profile seat. It has been a Gandhi stronghold for so long. Why are we not seeing a name yet?
Like I said before, that it is a matter of strategy for us. There's a process that goes into selecting and naming candidates. Has the BJP named all its candidates? No. Has the Congress announced all its candidates? No. The BJP has not announced its candidate for Raebareli. So there are a lot of factors. We are contesting 17 seats in UP. Did we announce all the names in one go? We didn't. There were different, lists which came out naming different candidates from different seats. So we will announce a name when we want to. We will not go by what the media says. And this is not something that can be settled in a newsroom or on a debate or, this is not something that we'll go by according to what the BJP wants us to do. We have our own strategy, and Rahul ji has very clearly said that he is waiting for the party's decision, and Congress is a democratic party. It is not a party where two people decide who will contest, who will not contest. And if somebody is not, if the Prime Minister doesn't like somebody, even if he can be a 7 times MP, they'll just, kick him out. That doesn't happen in the Congress. Right. There's an entire democratic process that takes place, and that process is going on. And I think very soon we will see a candidate in Amethi.
Charu Pragya, is the BJP apprehensive of fighting a Gandhi in either of these seats, in Amethi or Raebareli?
Tanima, very good evening to you. Absolutely not. Why would we be apprehensive at all? Smriti Irani ji entered what was considered to be a Gandhi bastion since before I was born, since 1980. And in the first election, of course, she lost that election. But after that, she persisted. She worked for the people of Amethi. And today, the result is that she defeated Rahul Gandhi in Amethi and defeated him in such a manner that he does not even think it is comfortable to fight again from that seat. I think Ms. Pathak sounds very defensive when she's discussing Amethi. The fact of the matter is that if a seat has somebody who's sure to be contesting from that particular place, the name would have been out in their first list. Congress has announced sufficient number of people. So the fact is that forget about Mr. Gandhi, forget about Mrs. Vadra. Today, even Sonia Gandhi does not feel comfortable even going to a Rajya Sabha from any other state except one where she feels that she's going to get the required number of votes. She has her government in Himachal Pradesh, but she doesn't trust her Vidhayaks in Himachal Pradesh. She prefers a state like Rajasthan. Let's also understand what the Congress is trying to do currently. In their first list or so, they exhausted all their leaders. We also need to remember in 2009, Rahul Gandhi had a vote share of nearly 72%. Imagine going from a vote share of 72% to losing a seat very badly to someone whom he considered a newcomer in politics. It speaks for what India is today. If you're not going to work for the people of this country, they are not going to be supporting you.
Right. Ms. Pragya, they are making their point. I'll come back to you, Pankaj Pathak. I saw you actually raising your hand, but let me take this question to Rashid Kidwai. Mr. Kidwai, do you think Congress's last-minute gambit about Amethi, is that going to harm the party? Or do we actually believe that this is a strategy which is going to pay off for them?
I think a lot would depend about, the political situation and the perception. I think the three Gandhis, they are not going to be in fray just to, lose election, because remember, this is a very prestigious battle. So overall, if Congress assessment is that is good tiding, they are going to get, 75 or 100 Lok Sabha seats and all over the country, and there is a, India Alliance is doing well, then certainly I think after 26th Vanguard election is over, then this would be considered and would come under active consideration. My own assessment is that there is a lot of debate going on and churning about Raebareli, not so much about Amethi. Because remember, Smriti Irani, as Charu Pragya was saying, she's a formidable person from there, having won that seat. So Gandhis would not want to contest and lose again either from Amethi or Raebareli. Only three Gandhis know what they're going to do next, but my own understanding is a lot depends upon assessment. One of the Gandhis would contest probably from Raebareli just to, present a kind of the strong side of India Alliance towards the fag end of, electionary.
Right. Fair point there. Now, Ms. Pathak, coming back to you, is Congress, let's bring in the other aspect that we are looking at, the Vadra angle. Now, is Congress actually paying heed to these repeated remarks which are coming from Robert Vadra? I mean, he has in fact been making comments for the past, appeals almost it looks like, for the past couple of weeks at least. Even yesterday there was a comment which we played out earlier in the show where he's saying if not Amethi, maybe any other seat in Uttar Pradesh he's willing to if the people want him to contest. Now, are these comments being taken or statements being taken in any way seriously by Congress?
Well, I think any individual is free to express their desire to, come into politics or contest elections. As of, and if we talk about Raebareli and Amethi in the current scenario, I don't think it's very relevant. In this particular scenario, if he has an opinion, he can obviously express it to the party and he can express his desire to the party. But otherwise, as of now, if we talk in context of Raebareli and Amethi, I think it's not very important at this moment. But I would also like to say, because Charuji was saying that I am acting defensive, but when it comes to Amethi and Raebareli, these people of these two constituencies have very deep historical ties with the Congress and with the Gandhi family, and we are very well aware of their emotions and their expectations of us. The people of Amethi in particular feel greatly cheated by Smriti Irani ji, because they see how she has just used Amethi as a platform to target Rahul Gandhi ji. She has not done anything for the people of Amethi. Even during the COVID crisis, it was Rahul ji who was there, who was sending supplies, who was helping people out. People of Amethi say that she's somebody who lies to them on their face. She said that you will get chini in 13 rupees per kg, but that never happened. The villages that she has adopted, if you'll go and look at those villages, they are in dire conditions. People don't even have roofs over their heads. So people feel completely cheated and let down by her. And people really want
Ma'am,
the
those are
Congress to
claims
come back.
that the Congress is making. We take your point. We are, of course, asking the question as to who could be Congress's face from Amethi or Raebareli, and why haven't we seen a name yet? Coming to Charu Pragya, while we are talking about this, don't you think that BJP is also paying a lot of attention, a lot of focus on the Amethi and Raebareli seats? I mean, it's a battle of 80 seats in Uttar Pradesh. Of course, there's a strategy which the BJP has in place for it. But the Amethi and Raebareli seat, the kind of attention that we even see, the regular comments which come in from BJP spokespersons over this, also seems to indicate that even for BJP, it's a prestige battle to win those two seats.
Tanima, let's understand that when the Congress spokesperson says that these seats have historical ties with the Gandhi family, what is she implying? These historical ties were actually the kinds where the people chose not to vote for Rahul Gandhi. These historical ties were the kind where people said that for all these years, since 1980 till today, the people of this Nehru Gandhi family have not managed to get us development. There's not even a decent hospital where the citizens of Amethi can go and get their checkups done. They needed a Smriti Irani to bring in development. They needed a Modi government, a Yogi government to stir in development. The fact today is that they are very confused on how to react to statements which are coming from Robert Vadra. They have no idea how to react to that, because I have not seen anybody from the Gandhi family actually directly responding to what Mr. Vadra has been implying. And maybe they can tell us, what are we supposed to call this family now? Is this the Nehru Gandhi dynasty? It is the Nehru Gandhi Vadra dynasty. Vadra ji
I'll let Pankuri respond to this. She's raised her hand. Yes, Pankuri, go ahead.
Tanima, the BJP can say whatever they want to say on national media, but if you'll talk to the people of Amethi, they'll tell you how Smriti ji out of benefit has stalled projects that were started by
Please hold on, you'll get your chance. Please hold on. Yes,
those projects, and she has only used Amethi to just used it as a platform to say things about Rahul Gandhi ji and to stay in the limelight. That is what Amethi is to her. When it comes to Rahul ji, he has very emotional connection with the people of Amethi. He's in constant touch with them.
Because he knew he
realized that a mistake was made back in 2019, and they're very keen on correcting that mistake.
Right. Ms. Pathak, let me ask you this. Has Rahul Gandhi started campaigning in Uttar Pradesh yet? You're saying he has a connection with Amethi, he has a connection with Raebareli, even if he's not the candidate. Have we seen him or Priyanka Gandhi in Amethi, Raebareli or the surrounding districts yet?
Priyanka ji was in Saharanpur today. Rahul ji was in Ghaziabad. Very soon, Rahul ji will be campaigning in another Congress constituency where we are contesting, that is Amroha. And very soon, we'll see both of them contesting, campaigning extensively throughout UP. So, this is because it's a phase-by-phase election. They'll be going to different places in different phases. They have to travel across the country. There are a lot of places where, the candidates want them to campaign. The party wants them to campaign. campaign. They are national leaders. They cannot stay restricted to Uttar Pradesh, just like the Prime Minister, just
Right.
like, other faces of the BJP. They also have to go to other states.
Right. Okay, point taken.
And I think this is, we can continue talking about this every day on the national media, but then the party is going to announce when it has to announce. It
Right,
will go
point
by its
taken.
own
I
strategy.
quickly want to go across to Rashid Kidwai before I go in for last comments. Mr. Kidwai, will it benefit the Congress even now if they field a Gandhi as a candidate from either of those two seats, especially Amethi?
Anyway, it cannot be, for bravado purpose. Fact of the matter, if Congress, Nehru Gandhi family members contest, then they know they should win that seat. And, that is a problematic thing because, Sonia Gandhi, when she opted for Rajya Sabha, she wrote a letter to people of Raebareli. She could have gone to Raebareli with Priyanka Gandhi and sort of, introduce her to that. Then now she's going to look after Raebareli constituency. That would have been a giveaway. That's not happened. So I think it is a little tricky. Gandhis know that, political loyalties with his voter is highly transactional. In 1998 also, the Congress had lost Amethi seat, and not to talk of 1977 when it had lost Amethi. So there have been instances, so they need to be very sure-footed about winning this. This is not about, making headline or being on television, as I said, bravado or adventurism. It has to be a very kind of, calculated call. If Rahul or Priyanka are going to contest from Amethi and Raebareli, they need to win. They need to get that assessment, that kind of confidence that they're going to win.
Right. Unfortunately, I have run out of time, but this is, of course, a discussion. I'm sure we have not heard the last of it. And I'm sure there will be, till the dates, till the names are actually out, both from the Congress's side and for BJP, for Raebareli. We'll keep hearing this discussion for further as well. Rashid Kidwai, Pankhuri Pathak, Charu Pragya, thank you so much for joining us on the show. And this is, of course, as we have in fact been saying, that this is the hot seat of Amethi. And the eyes are on it. We'll, of course, have to wait and see whether Congress actually comes out with a candidate name soon or not.